What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And in today's video, Black Blade training is finally live on One Piece Treasure Cruise Global. And in this video today, I have 4 different teams that can go ahead and completely destroy this particular 60 stamina version of the dungeon. Obviously, there is the 0 stamina version as well. I'll try and record a video of that later on. But right now, the 60 stamina version, this is where you typically want to be farming. Now, this is actually a lot easier than what a lot of people are saying that it is. Like, this is a very, very simplistic 60 stamina dungeon. The only complaint that I really have with this event is that it costs 60 stamina, which is a lot. You do have to farm a lot of the items that drop actually in this dungeon. So you can see the obtainable items at the bottom. You have the gold, silver, and the regular bronze, paper, regular swords, and you want to farm as many of these swords as possible. Now, the really cool thing about this event is that when you run this on 2 times stamina, you get 2 times rewards. That actually counts to your Chopper Man mission. So let's actually take this time to go over the Chopper Man missions for those who don't know, and like what you're actually supposed to be farming for in this particular event. So right down the bottom, you can see if you farm 50 swords, just straight off the bat, you get a legend. If you farm 50 of the golden swords, which means you have to complete the 60 stamina 25 times on 2 times stamina to get this reward. Obviously, you can drop more than 1 gold sword in a run, but it isn't that common. So it would take anywhere between 15 to 25 runs, I would say, on 2 times stamina to get this reward, which is good. Everyone wants to get a free legend, of course. However, there's other great rewards here. You can get tablets times 3, so 3 slot bind, 3 recovery bind, and 3 pinch healing tablets, which is great, and the new Perona character. So the new Perona is really, really good, especially if you own V2 Zoro and V2 Mihawk, or even if you don't have them, it's good to have this character available for you whenever you do get those characters. She's really good because of her support effect, but let's go over her other abilities first. Captain ability will boost driven and cerebral characters attack by 2.5 times and give them a 1.2 times recovery boost, so nothing really too amazing there. Her special ability, so she comes maxed at max level 12, will go ahead and set all enemies' defense to 0 for 2 turns, and changes the top row character slots to quick, middle row psi, bottom row int, and then we'll go ahead and reduce the cooldowns of your right column characters by 2 turns. It's a very niche type of special, but the 0 defense for 2 turns is actually pretty awesome, honestly. The cooldown reduction is okay in very niche circumstances again, but the main reason why I want this character, as I said, is for the support ability. She does have a crewmate ability, which will reduce your entire team's paralysis by 1 turn, which is pretty nice. As for her limit break ability, she has slotbind resistance, and she actually will get the limit break ability to reduce her own cooldown at the start of the fight. I believe at max level she reduces it by 10 turns at the start of the fight, so with cooldown sockets as well, this character will have a special ready on turn 1, which is pretty good. And as for her support effect, only supporting Zoro and Mihawk will go ahead and changes slasher characters' strength, quick, and psi orbs into either dex or int orbs, and makes it a little easier to land perfects for 2 turns at the start of the final battle. This is so good, because with V2 Mihawk, you want to get as many dex and int orbs as possible so that you can get the buffed special ability of V2 Mihawk. And then with V2 Zoro, he gets a buffed attack boost with his captain ability if you have dex and int orbs. So this is a great character to run on those teams. If you don't have them, it's fine. You can still have this character in your character box, but it's going to be awesome if you do own those characters. It helps you a lot with those teams, because they are very orb reliant in making sure they can deal as much damage as possible. So it's nice to have a character such as this. She does have her limit break as well, but you have to farm for her limit break materials in this event. I actually have enough to max limit break her now, which is great. So let's go ahead and do that. Because she gets a little bit of stat boost, and she does get obviously the 2 limit break abilities as well. So yeah, the own special charge time reduction by 10 turns, and you can get 10 copies from this event as well. So you can get a lot of copies from this, so you can max her out, rainbow her out quite easily from the event, as long as you are farming it, of course. But anyways, now that we've gone through that, let's go ahead and actually go through the dungeon itself. Okay, so jumping into this, on stage 5, we have a whole bunch of human drills. These guys have really low HP, about 200,000 each, and they'll have a preemptive attack of blinding you or remove SFX for 5 turns. So ways to get rid of that would be having crewmate abilities to get around that. And this team is the team that I'm using to farm with, actually. This V2 team is extremely quick. Stage 6 is a 1.2 million HP human drill, and he has a 2-hit perfect barrier, and he makes perfects difficult to hit. And it's really annoying because you can carry that remove SFX into that room, so you're blinded, perfect's harder to hit, and you need to hit 2 perfects to kill him. And if you don't kill that human drill on stage 6 in 2 turns, he's going to give you 5 turns of special rewind. So stage 6 is, it's not hard, but it's just really annoying to get around. And then on stage 7, there are actually 2 different variations. So this variation was actually the increased damage taken variation. So this is, either one is relatively easy to take down, and then the other variation gives you attack down. The attack down is for 7 turns, so having someone to remove a large quantity of attack down is very, very important. On this team, I have Bobbin to do that. He removes it by 5 turns, and then with preemptive attacks and stuff, you can get rid of it very, very simply with this team. And the attack down that you get given on stage 7 on one of those variations, it isn't really that significant. With this team, I was able to use the V2 Zora special for the attack boost, and I'm still able to kill off even with the attack down. So the attack down isn't really too much of a problem, but having a unit that can remove a large quantity of it is going to be required in order to make your life a lot easier for this event. So kind of a variation of the slasher team going to the V2 Fujitora team. It's awesome that we have his 6+ now on global, so you can go ahead and use him. He is boosted for the event as well. A lot of slasher characters are boosted for this event, so it does help out significantly having some of the slashers that are boosted. And then obviously we've got Law on this team as well, the treasure map Law. His special ability is very good on the final boss stage, so you can use his special to rewind your specials forward, because on the final stage of Mihawk, he does rewind, well, it's not on the final stage of Mihawk, but on the final stage of stage 7, well, after you kill the human drill, they'll rewind your specials by 3 turns, so it means that either you have to bring a character that can rewind your specials forward for stage 8, or you go ahead and you just stall 1 turn, which is fine. You can stall 1 turn quite fine, you just have to tank a hit from Mihawk. He doesn't really hit that hard. So it's not really too much of a problem there. And then the other teams that I have for you guys in this video, the other one is a Capone team. Capone actually destroys it as well, even though you're not using boosted characters. The characters are just so strong, and you know, on that stage where you have to hit the 2 perfects and you are potentially blinded and he makes perfects difficult to hit, the great thing about the Capone team is that a lot of the shooters have barrier penetration, so if you just bring in some matching orbs against that stage 6 fight against the human drill, the barrier penetration will do the heavy lifting and you don't even have to hit perfect. So if you are looking for a fast team, I would suggest that Capone is actually really fast. And as I said, you know, they're not boosted, so you do have to stall maybe a couple turns, but it ended up being faster than, you know, trying to hit perfects and then missing and stuff like that. It was just really, really annoying. And then the final team that I have for you guys in this video today towards the end is actually a Dogstorm and Cat Viper team. That team was just okay. I wouldn't say it's the best team ever, but it definitely got the job done. The only real things that you really need for this boss fight in order to make sure you can get through it comfortably would be having a character that can remove attack down, of course, so having characters like Rare Recruit Bobbin, the new Quick Linlin from Rare Recruit on that Sugo Fest. You could use even the Ambush Linlin. She removes a large quantity of attack down. There's lots of characters that can remove attack down by a pretty big margin, so having that's quite useful. And obviously on the final boss fight, Mihawk has the 4 turn of % Rainbow Shield damage reduction, so having a character that can also remove that, hence also why Bobbin is such a great character for this event, because he removes the attack down and gets rid of the % damage reduction. So building a team around that Rare Recruit Bobbin is going to make your life a whole lot easier for the 60 stamina version of the Black Blade training. Mihawk isn't really that difficult of a boss. He really doesn't do that much. Of course, he does interrupt if you activate a damage reducing special ability, so as long as you're not bringing a character that you know, reduces damage, you're gonna be fine, honestly. So attack down remover, % damage reduction remover, and then like optional stuff that you could bring would be like a character that has the ability to remove the blindness on your team. As I said, it's optional. You don't need to have that, but it does make your life a lot easier when you are trying to farm this particular event. And barrier penetration is going to help you a lot on stage 6. of course, because if you don't kill off that guy in 2 turns, you get 5 turns of special rewind, and then you have to stall a little bit more in order to get your specials back. So, you know, it's really simple, actually. I was actually expecting a little bit more of a challenge, but it's a pretty simple boss fight, and as I said at the start of the video, you need to get 50 of the golden swords in order to get your guaranteed legend pull. So make sure to get farming, get these swords. You've got plenty of time to do it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today, and if you guys did, make sure to leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all of the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.
Yeah!